Second part of Dimensional Analysis lecture. Remember that you are using the same note sets that you used before fall break. This time we're going to go over what happens when there's more than one unit. If there's more than one unit, you need one pair of parentheses for each unit you are going to be converting. For 2 units, this means you want 2 sets of parentheses. If the given unit has 2 different ones, for example, miles per hour, the unit that is second is placed on top of the second set of parentheses. This is because the units must be opposite sides of fraction bars in order to cancel out. Similarly, if 2 units have no direct connection, for example, if you're translating seconds to hours or converting seconds to hours, you will also need parentheses to go through a middle unit. Practice problem 3. A bicycle travels at a speed of 19 kilometers an hour. How many miles per minute is this? There are 1.61 kilometers in 1 mile, and there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. Whenever units are written with a slash, it means the second one will be your denominator. So really what we're saying is 19 kilometers per hour. Step 1 is still setup. We start with 19 kilometers per hour. Now, if we look at the parentheses in our question, we can tell there will be 2 conversion factors, so we need to set up 2 parentheses. Step 2, we will place the units in the proper spaces. Remember, hour begins on the bottom, so it must go on top. Therefore, we place kilometers at the bottom of the first parentheses, miles at the top, so that kilometers cancel out and you're left with miles in the numerator. And you will also place hours in the second parentheses, so they cancel out with the given denominator. You place minutes at the bottom of the second parentheses, so you end up with minutes in the denominator. Step 3 is to put the corresponding numbers with each unit. Step 4 is to plug into the calculator. Remember, if there's a 1 on top, you are dividing. If there's a 1 on the bottom, you are multiplying. Also, do not forget to cancel the units. In this case, both the kilometers and the hours cancel out. In our calculator, we are plugging in 19 divided by 1.61 divided by 60. Our calculator answer is 0.196 miles per minute. The last step is to consider significant figures. 19 has 2 significant figures, so we must round 0.196 to 0.20 miles per minute. Practice problem 4. Students are given 3.5 hours to complete a test. How many seconds is this? Where there's 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in a minute. In this case, there's no direct conversion from hours to second. You need 2 conversions, one for hours to minutes and one for minutes to seconds. The first step is to set up the given quantity, 3.5 hours. We also have to set up 2 parentheses, one for each conversion factor. In step number 2, we arrange the units so that hours cancel out and so do minutes, leaving only seconds. In step number 3, we add the corresponding quantities to the units from the conversion factors. In step number 4, we cancel out the units that appear in the numerator and the denominator, and we plug into our calculator. Remember, 1 on the bottom means you multiply across, 1 on top means you divide. In this case, we are plugging in 3.5 times 60 times 60. Our calculator answer is 12,600 seconds. The final step is to consider significant figures. In the question, 3.5 has two significant figures, so we have to round 12,600 to two significant figures, leaving us 13,000 seconds. Here are the conversion factors you will use in the practice. 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers, 3.79 liters equals 1 gallon, 28.3 grams equals 1 ounce, 1 meter equals 3.28 feet, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch, 5,280 feet equals 1 mile, 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds, 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters, 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams, and 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams.